The secret room. Mark and his family had just moved into their new home. It was an old Victorian house with high ceilings and ornate details. They had been living there for a few weeks when Mark discovered a hidden door in one of the walls. It led to a small room that was completely empty, except for a chair and a small table. The room was completely soundproof, and the walls were covered in a strange, sticky substance. Mark couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about the room. The more he thought about it, the more uneasy he became. Eventually, he decided to seal the room back up and try to forget about it. But he could never shake the feeling that something was watching him from inside that room. The abandoned nursery. Sarah and her husband had just bought their dream home. It was an old farmhouse with a lot of character. One day, while exploring the attic, Sarah discovered a small door hidden behind some boxes. Curious, she opened the door and found a small nursery. It was filled with old toys and baby clothes, but everything was covered in a thick layer of dust. As she explored the room, she couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness and dread. Later, she found out that the previous owners had lost their child shortly after moving into the house. The nursery had been abandoned ever since. The secret laboratory. Jacob had always been curious about the old mansion on the edge of town. It had been abandoned for years, and everyone in the town knew that it was haunted. One day, Jacob decided to explore the mansion for himself. As he explored the dusty old rooms, he discovered a hidden laboratory in the basement. The walls were lined with jars of strange liquids, and there were tables covered in strange equipment. Jacob couldn't help but wonder what kind of experiments had been conducted in that room. He never returned to the mansion again. The hidden dungeon. When Anna and her family moved into their new home, they thought they had hit the jackpot. It was a beautiful, spacious home with a large yard. But one day, while exploring the basement, Anna discovered a hidden door. When she opened it, she found a small dungeon. There were chains hanging from the ceiling and a small bed in the corner. Anna immediately called the police, and they discovered that the previous owner had been using the dungeon to kidnap and torture people. Anna and her family moved out of the house immediately.